play that TikTok audio that's like, there's just not a thought behind those eyes. That is Edward. He doesn't have these thoughts, Stephanie Meyer. He doesn't. Hi guys, welcome back to a page in the chapter, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Paige. I like to read a lot of books and then share my thoughts on them here on this channel with you guys with varying degrees of success. Today we're going to be talking about some characters that deserve pain. I don't hate all of these characters, I hate most of them, and if you guys really love these characters then I'm very sorry. You are entitled to your opinion and I am entitled to mine. I feel like the theme for most of these characters is that I just found them whiny and I just wanted to reach into the book and shake some sense into them. And so yeah, these are characters that deserve pain, and if I had the opportunity to punch them, I would really take it. If you guys like the sound of this video and you like what you've seen so far, why not hit that big red subscribe button down below and check out some of my other videos. I have a load of videos now and they are all sorted into playlists for your enjoyment, so you may as well go and check those out. And let me know down in the comments what are some of your characters that you cannot stand and really think that they deserve pain. I hope that you enjoy this video, and now I think we can get on into the characters that I think deserve pain, because I have a feeling this is going to be a long video. The first one is Selena, whatever the bitch's name is, in Throne of Glass. Everyone falls in love with her, like literally everyone. And that's not how life works. It's so irritating, and she just makes dumb decisions. I DNF'd this series after like book 3. She was such a badass character in the beginning, and I assume she stays a bit of a badass character, but her decision making is just so poor, and I just wanted to reach into the book and shake her. I also hated her because I could sense that there was a love triangle coming, and from what I've heard of other people's reviews of the later books, there's more than just a love triangle. There's like everyone just in love with her and her being torn between literally every single male character in the entire universe. And I hate that, okay? Like, you have feelings for one person, you stick with it. If you have feelings for multiple people, you don't date any of them, okay? Like, that's not how life works, people! Why is her name spelled like that? Like, why? I get that it's fantasy and so they kind of gotta have like elvish names, whatnot. Just freaking spell Selena! Also, like, it doesn't need to be spelled like that, it's unnecessary. Edward Cullen. Now I know I'm gonna get hate for this. I know I am. But this bitch just doesn't deserve everything he's got. He doesn't deserve the long life. He's just a horrible person. He's possessive and manipulative. The fact that he won't like even let her hang out with one of her best friends just because he's like, oh no, he's a werewolf and I don't like those. Even though like Bella and Jacob have had a friendship when he abandoned her, and Jacob was there for her, and Jacob would never do anything to hurt her, and he knows that because he can read his thoughts! It was just all about petty jealousy, and I didn't back it. He should have trusted Bella, should have trusted that nothing would happen there, and that should have been the vibe. And he annoyed me. Don't even get me freaking started on Breaking Dawn and the way he is with Bella when she wants to have a baby. Like, that was so disrespectful and rude. And in Midnight Sun, he is just such a piece of shit. He just pits every single female character against each other in Midnight Sun. I couldn't finish Midnight Sun because he was just so whiny, and I did like 100 pages of his whining and they hadn't even kissed yet, and I couldn't do any more. I was done. I should not be 150, 200 pages into a book and they haven't even kissed yet. Edward does not have that many thoughts. I guarantee you, like, play that TikTok audio that's like, there's just not a thought behind those eyes. That is Edward. He doesn't have these thoughts, Stephanie Meyer. He doesn't. Oh my god, what the hell is this woman's name from ACOTAR? Is it Feyre? I don't know. I'm gonna say Feyre, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. She is just the most two-dimensional character that Sarah J Maas has ever written. She is like full on, head over heels, in love with Tamlin, whatever the hell his name is, in the first book. And then in the second book she does a complete 180, and I get that Sarah J Maas like brings in reasonings and whatnot, but I just don't believe that your feelings do that. I do not believe that you are so completely in love with someone by the end of the first book and then you have to go somewhere different in the second book and you just forget all those feelings. I genuinely think this is like the worst book that Sarah J Maas has ever written. I really hate this series and I don't think it deserves the credit that it gets in this community. So let's all get off the ACOTAR train, please. Maul from Shadow of Bone, whatever the hell his name is, he is so boring. Spoiler alert coming up. Why the hell does our main character end up with him? She is so much better than him. Like, He does nothing. He just whines and tries to undermine her the entire series, and he just has no personality. Why is she not with the Darkling? Like, yes, he was evil, but at least he had some thoughts. You could, like, literally walk all over him out. Like, you could tell him to lie down and get run over, and he freaking would do it, because he's just that boring. Genuinely, the entire book series was ruined for me by him. I just found him to be one of the most irritating people, and I genuinely believe that she was going to end up with the Darkling for the whole series, because I just couldn't imagine that Mal would be a main character or a big character, given how little he contributed to the plot or the book. I hate this man so much. Next, we have Gale from the Hunger Games. I feel like this is self-explanatory. Yes, I will protect your family. Kills Prim. There we go. Like, that's all I need to say. Also, not to mention how horrific and disrespectful he was to Peter, just because he was worried that he and Katniss had a thing, even though Peter had just gone through something, like, massively traumatizing and had protected Katniss through it the entire time, and Gale has the nerve to, like, hate him. Nah, that ain't right. Like, can we please stop writing these men whose only personality trait is jealousy and possessiveness? What are we doing? And like, Gale also doesn't even do anything to try and save Peter's family, just because he doesn't like Peter. Like, he let an entire family die just because he didn't like Peter. Didn't lift a finger to help him. The disrespect, especially when Peter on many occasions would be willing to help Gale and was just a very nice, respectful himbo of a man. And fucking Gale. I have in my notes, he's just a whiny little bitch. And I agree. I continue to agree. Okay, this is a difficult one, and one that so many people are going to disagree with, but hear me out. Alec Lightwood. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Alec Lightwood in the later books and the spin-off series, and I love Alec Lightwood and Magnus Bane together. I think they are the OTP that we all need, and I love them. But Alec Lightwood in the early books of the Mortal Instruments series is so whiny and irritating, and he's so unnecessarily mean to Clary. And I know it's because he has a crush on Jace, but like, that's no reason to be mean to someone that Jace is befriending. Especially because like, he knows Jace is straight. Like, I can understand if Jace would have like led him on or anything like that, but he knows Jace is straight, so it's kind of unnecessary for him to be so invested in this relationship he has with Jace that he would get mad at Clary. It just seems to me that the level of resentment that Alec had towards Clary was indicative of a much deeper connection than I think Alec and Jace would have had. So he's very irritating and whiny in the first few books, but he gets the character progression that we all deserve, and he becomes one of the best characters in the entire series. I would punch early years him, but I would hug later years him. Okay, I don't know if everyone will have read House of Earth and Blood yet, also known as Crescent City, but if you have, Danica is the worst best friend in the entire world. This is going to contain spoilers, so you might want to skip this if you haven't read House of Earth and Blood. If you're going to steal some massively important and expensive and powerful relic and hide it in your friend's skin, maybe tell them about that first. And I get that one of the arguments would probably be that she was protecting Bryce by not telling her. I don't think she was. I don't think half of the awful things that happened to Bryce in this book would have happened if she had just known what Danica had done. Everything would have been so much simpler. Like, she literally did something to Bryce without her consent that could get her killed by demons and the literal government, and was like, nah, I don't need to ask. I can hide it from her. Shitty friend behaviour. It's a fantastic book and I love all of the characters, and I actually, like, I don't hate Danica, but she's a shitty friend and I would punch her in the face. Those are all that are on my list. Can I think of any off the top of my head? Molly from the Farseer trilogy. I just find her so irritating and whiny. She starts dating someone who she knows is part of the royal family, at least to some extent. And then she whines that he has to do things for the royal family. And I just find it ridiculous. And she takes so many unnecessary risks and then blames everything on Fitz. And it's like, you can't blame everything on Fitz. You made those decisions too. I found her so annoying, and she genuinely ruined Royal Assassin, the second book in the trilogy, for me, because she was in it so much and I found her so annoying and I just wanted to throw the book across the damn room. Truly one of the worst characters that I have read this year is Molly from the Farseer trilogy. She wasn't that bad in the first book, but she really gets on my goat in the second one. Gets on my goat? When have I ever said gets on my goat before? I've been playing too much Stardew Valley. And so there are characters that I think deserve pain and I would punch in the face. I understand this is probably a controversial video, but I've been wanting to make it for a really long time, and I feel like if you guys are going to know me, the easiest way to get to know someone is to know which characters they hate. So this is that video. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching, and thank you very much if you made it this far. If you didn't make it this far, why not hit that big red subscribe button down below and check out some of my other videos. There is absolutely no shortage of bookish content here on this channel, so you may as well stick around. I have plenty of ranty videos about book series, authors and characters that I hate, so you guys can scroll back and try and check those out if you are interested. Do let me know down in the comments what characters you would like to punch in the face, and if you agree with me on any of these. I feel like a lot of these are fair enough, you can understand, but I know there are some interesting ones sprinkled in here, so let me know what you thought. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week for my next video. Bye guys.